Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Tad and this is board games, war games, and miniatures. So, I didn't actually mean to be making this video as my second video, another unboxing, but I did get this in the mail and I'm so excited to get this open and look at that I have to make a video for it. So let me tell you a little story real quick. All right, so we have Christmas, we open up our presents, everybody's happy, everybody's having a good day, and my wonderful girlfriend says to me, so what do you want for your birthday? Well, my birthday is at the end of January, so it gives her about a month to get me a gift or whatever. And I, of course, tell her this game. I mean, you all know what this game is. You see what I have out here, Battlestar Galactica. You probably see my thumbnail, says what this is, unboxing. But anyways, she asked me what I want. I said I want this game. She goes online, she finds a seller of the game, and she orders the game. Well, it says it should be there in, a week or so. 2 weeks later, we don't have the game. 3 weeks later, we don't have the game. She contacts the company. She says, look, we haven't received the game yet. They say, well, we show that it's been delivered. Really? Well, I don't have it. Well, it's been delivered. There's nothing we can do about it. So she calls the, I can't remember if it was UPS or FedEx or whoever. She gets in contact with the mailing company, and they show that the package went to like Texas and never left Texas. Somehow it got lost. They don't know where it is. So of course she contacts the seller again. The seller says, oh no, it shows that it was delivered. You're a liar. Well, she's not a liar. We didn't get it. So I'm not going to say the name of the company, but we suffice this to say we will not be doing any business with them ever again. It took until, well, after my birthday, so the first week of February, before they finally agreed to refund her money. They didn't want to do that. They wanted to give her in-store credit. Of course, we don't want to do any business with them. So they finally refunded her money. She went online, found another seller, ordered the game, and it was here. I just got it. So it was here like in a couple weeks. So let's get started with this. You know what it is, but I'm so excited for this game. Now, as some of you might know who know me, Battlestar Galactica is my all-time favorite game. It just is. I know it's hard sometimes to get to the table because it really isn't perfect with just 3 people. It says you can play it with 3 people, but really you want 4 to 6 people to play the game. And unfortunately, it takes 2 to 4 hours to play the darn game. And then of course there are expansions. Well, Fantasy Flight Game no longer makes the Battlestar Galactica. They lost the IP for the game and they can't make it anymore. And if you try to find this online, it costs a pretty penny. So this is so exciting. Finally, let me get rid of that. Reskin the game into, oh, it's heavy, Unfathomable. Yeah, I finally got it. Throw that out of the way there. So this game basically is a reskin of Battlestar Galactica. Now, since this is also a miniatures game, I'm going to cut right here and show you some of the miniatures that I have that I use with the Battlestar Galactica game. So I hope you enjoy that. Here you see a close-up of my Battlestar Galactica board game. You see I have the original board game and I do have the Pegasus expansion, the only expansion that I own, but I'm also pulled out some of my miniatures here, since this is also a miniatures channel. And we will take a look here. Let's go down here and take a look at some of these raptors. All right, so those are some of the raptors I painted. Here, of course, are some of the vipers. Well, all of the vipers, actually. Doesn't come with a lot of vipers. But I painted those up. Here's the back of them. Then, of course, we have the Raiders, the Cylons. You can see I made them on different heights. It's just wire from landscaping or flower arranging, and I cut them at different heights. And then, of course, we have the base stars over here, the Cylon base stars. They're pretty cool looking. And last but not least are the Cylon Heavy Raiders down here. And these are the ships that they use to attach to Battlestar Galactica or Pegasus, and they used to board the Cylons to board the ships and go in and wreak havoc among everybody. So that's a quick look at my Battlestar Galactica original board game, Pegasus expansion, and the miniatures that come with it. All right, let's get back to the game. All right, so we're back. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's see what we have here. Let's open this up for you. Unfathomable. Now, of course, Fantasy Flight Game has reskinned this, like we were saying, into the Arkham Horror Files games that they have. So you're going to see some familiarity, like the characters should be very similar. All right, so there's the box. Here is the back of the box. Yeah, that looks pretty darn cool. Of course, I'm a huge, as you saw from my first video, I'm a huge H.P. Lovecraft and Cthulhu mythos fan. So this is right up my alley. Both of them were actually. I love this TV series too. So let's open the box, see what we have here. All right, so first off, right on top, Unfathomable, boy, that's easy to say, Unfathomable. Yeah, okay. So, in typical Fantasy Flight fashion, they have a Learn to Play guide. I like how they do this. So there's things like quick references on the back. It's full color, you know, nice graphics. I love how they do this, so you can really get this kind of hopefully to the table as soon as possible just by going through this Learn to Play guide. But then they also have a rules reference guide. Again, this just helps you, you know, as you're playing, if you have some specific questions. You need to look something up like monsters, loyalty cards, you know, different things like that. Skill cards, for your skill checks. And it's easier to go through. Now it also has some examples again and some graphics. So I like how they do this. You can learn to play, set it up, and then keep this by the game as you're playing, and so that's rules reference. Well, this is nice. They always do this too. So this, of course, is kind of like a sales sheet. It has some cool things here. I believe these are some of the novels that they have in this Arkham Horror Files world that they've created. Now, some of you may know I also have another YouTube channel. It's a booktube channel, and I just talk about the books I've read and go over reviewing them and things. I don't have any of these books. I should get some and put them on my channel. But, so, that's interesting. Then on the back here is a video game advertisement. That's cool. All right, so let's get moving. Here are some of the punch outs. So as you can see, there are actually 10 characters that you can play in the game. There are some other punch outs here. I don't really know exactly what they are for. This probably is for the board. I believe these down here you put on a person once they reveal themselves as in the Battlestar Galactica game, some type of traitor in this game. I think that's how you indicate them. But that's your punch out. That's pretty cool. Here's the board. Oh my goodness. Wow. Check this out. Let's open this baby up. I'm horrible at opening up these plastic covers, so bear with me for a second here. Bam! Done. Let's unfold this baby. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I heard about this. It is huge. Look. Oh my gosh. Look at this board. What is that, 3 feet long? That's pretty cool. So there's the playing board. Oh, let's lay that down. Now, it's pretty cool on this board. Here, let me show you again. On the board, you have the ship. So this ship is basically trying to get to Boston. And so there's traders along the way, of course, on the ship that are going to try to sink the ship and prevent it from reaching Boston. But you also have a cultist, and that's actually, you have, your characters, but you also have hybrids, which not really humans. And then you have a cultist, or you can have a cultist, and the cultist basically is a human. The cultist wants you to get as far as you can in your trip. Use this up here to go through, similar to Battlestar Galactica. When you complete different things on here, you'll get points. And once you reach 12 travel points, that starts the end game. Then you just have to get through this trek one more time, and you arrive at Boston and you win the game. Well, the cultist actually wants you to get the 12 and reach the end game so that you're close enough that they can now sink the ship and jump off the ship and hopefully, or get to Boston and survive. They want to survive. The other ones, they just want to destroy the ship as soon as possible. So in this, you do have your ship. You have 3 sections to the board. You have this outer section here, which is, of course, the ocean. Then you have the deck area right here around the ship. And then you have the interior of the ship. And that includes things like the chapel, sick bay. You have a brig, very similar to Battlestar Galactica. You can be sent to the brig. And so that's the game board. All right, what's next? Cards. A ton of cards with this game. tons of cards. Now, if you're familiar with Fantasy Flight, you gotta love these little bitty tiny miniature cards that they have. There's tons of them. I'm not gonna get into them right now. Hopefully we will do a review after we get this to the table, and maybe even a gameplay if I can convince my regular game players to go on camera. That might be a hard sell, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. We'll get this table, you know, as soon as I can. You know how I am. I want my pieces to be painted, my miniatures. We'll see. But this is cool. This is for the standees. Also, of course, it's an 8-sided dice, and it's Cthulhu green. Awesome. Got that. Here's some more cards. I think these are is part of the Mythos deck that is popular in the Arkham Horror games, that give you trials and tribulations, things that you have to complete or beat to advance in the game. There's some of those. Then we also have these bigger style cards, and these are pretty cool. You can kind of, what I liked about Battlestar Galactica and this game is you can kind of role play a little bit with it. So here are some of the characters, and it gives you, you know, their specific stats. Of course, they have some player aid cards here. Helps you play the game, of course. There are some creature cards and their different traits. So you have the different monsters that you can activate in the game. And of course, you have all your different characters. And these give the character traits. Also some flavor text on the back. So you can kind of role play a little bit with this. I think that's always fun. And there's 10 of them. So that's that. Fantasy Flight is famous for the interior boxing. Looks very similar to a lot of their games. And that's where they hide some other treats. In this side and the big side, oh, here we go. And we have miniatures. You know, I love miniatures. I showed you some of my Battlestar Galactica miniatures. There's nothing in the little side, just the big side. Let's get that out of the way. Let's open up this bag of miniatures for you. Oh my goodness, this is great. Now, these deep ones here, we'll take a look. Maybe you can see them. That's the front. Here's the back. They're all the same. They're all the same creature, the same pose. And there's 20 of them. So one good thing is there's plenty of them, of course, but also it should be easier for me to paint, because I'll just pretty much use the same paint scheme on 20 of these, and I can do them in a batch, get them done. So that's pretty cool. Look at that. 20 of these. I mean, these sculpts are not perfect. I mean, they're not the best sculpts I've ever seen for a game, but they are cool. They're very interesting. I love them. We got 20 of these. And then we have, all right, so it's like Father Dagon and Mother Dagon. Here's Father Dagon. Maybe you can see that. The front there. Here's the back. That's going to be fun as hell to paint. So that's Father Dagon, and here's a mother. She's pretty creepy looking. Full mouth of teeth there. All right, so that's cool because like I said, I can batch paint these, get them out of the way, and then I can really work at getting these to be, you know, beautiful. And we can get this to the table. Now, of course, I actually have a Dagon figurine for my Cthulhu Death May Die. And of course, I have Dagon probably in the one we just looked at last time, Cthulhu Wars. I don't know. If I had to, I guess I could use those figures while I'm painting these, at least to get the game played. But no, I want to use these figures. We'll get them played. I mean, we'll get them painted, and we'll get it played, and we'll get a review up. So, anyways, pretty much that's it. Unfathomable. It says a game of hidden loyalties and suspicion. Very similar to Battlestar Galactica. You are, in this game, you can be either a human or you can be a hybrid. So I don't know if that's actually human or not. And then you can also be the cultist. And I'll show you those cards real quick. So you have your human cards. You deal these out at the beginning of the game. And very similar to Battlestar Galactica, you may have traders already in the beginning of the game, or you may not. But once you reach 6 points, 6 of the travel points, you're halfway there, you're halfway home, then you deal out another round of cards. So now it's a higher probability that somebody is going to be either a hybrid, okay, or a cultist. So you deal those out again, a second round once you get it 6 points. And there's a bunch of other cards in here. All right. So we'll get this to the table as soon as I can, and I will do a review video of it. Hopefully a gameplay video, and I'll probably do a video on the painting. My painting videos, I don't think I'm going to be doing, you know, the hands and model painting, actual live painting, you know, videos. I think they can be kind of boring. And I'm a slow painter anyways. I have my own style and way of painting that I don't necessarily think, you know, you'd be interested in seeing. Maybe you will. But I will give you progress updates as I'm painting them and show you some pictures. All right, guys, I want to thank you for coming to my show. Please subscribe. Please like. Hit the bell so you know when I'm going to be putting out more videos. I'm going to try to upload videos every Wednesday, if possible. So please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, if you're interested in my booktube videos, they are under Tad Reads Books and Stuff, and you can check those videos out too. Those I upload every Monday. So that's it. I hope you all have a good time. I hope I showed you something, and have a good day. Bye.